Welcome back everyone. Today we're going to be talking about the November 11.11 recommendations. I'm going to offer you 17 recommendations. Most of these watches have already been on comprehensive reviews on my channel. Some of them, about 5 or 6, are ordered in and I'm eagerly awaiting for them to come in. All of these watches are really value buys. They're all very budgetly priced. Well, 3 of them cost above 100 and the highest is 120. But the bulk of the watches cost between 35 and 60 bucks. So that's the best segment, I think, where we can go out there and buy as many watches as we like and really enjoy this horology hobby of ours. Now, the links to all of the listings that I'll be showing you today will be in the description below the video, so do check them out if you're after some sharp prices. And now, let's dive in. Let's kick off with the Addiesdive brand. And the first watch from Addiesdive that I want to show you today is actually the latest one in their lineup for 2024. So this is the AD2071. The cursive font under 12 o'clock pumps out the classic retro look. There are 3 dial colors available: the emerald green, lava red and graphite gray. All 3 colors are fading to black at the reho. With a case diameter of 39mm and inverted end links, wrists of 5.5 inches and over should be fine. The watch is all stainless steel. It gets a screw back, screw and crown and sapphire crystal on top. For number 2, let's take a look at the AD2038. I've actually just recently reviewed it and it's a super cool watch homaging the Seiko TicTac. The sophisticated curved lugs, a mix of brushed and polished surfaces, the self-winding automatic powering this watch is the Seiko NH35. All stainless steel, screw-down case back and a screw and crown. As well as that, we get the usual for Addiesdive great lume. And I really didn't expect so much value at such a low price point of below $50 at the 11.11 sale. And now for the third Addiesdive and the final Addiesdive, this is a 36mm sweeping seconds hand quartz watch. Another touch of the retro classy look with the cursive font under 12 o'clock. It is more of a dress watch. The lume is sparse yet still quite bright as expected on all Addiesdives. We get 100 meters of water resistance. Again, this is a stainless steel construction. We get a boxed mineral crystal for the unique distortions on the edges of the dial. There is something happening with Addiesdive where they're really going for this cursive font under 12 o'clock for that really classy and chic look, and it's working. I really want to show you 2 Militado watches because I love that brand. I think we're getting so much value for relatively low prices. So the first one is the ML05. For less than $40, can you imagine this? Less than $40, we get a classic military field watch with premium perks that simply don't suit this price point. We get a domed sapphire crystal, sandblasted case, a sweeping seconds hand VH31 movement, and even the keepers on the canvas strap are brushed steel. And then of course we get the ML1868, and this watch here, I've had it on review about a week ago and it's a superb watch. This is a hockey field chronograph homage that features 4 dial setups, with or without a date window, 2 or 3 sub dials. It gets dual tone luminosity, and that is another super premium perk. We get sapphire crystal, stainless steel, screwed chronograph pushers. The watch is a powerhouse of features and tons of value. Of course, we get the screw back as well as a screw and crown. And since we are talking field watches, military watches, we really can't go by the Rdunae brand. Now, that brand is spelled in a weird way, like it's spelled like Rdunae, but it's actually said out loud Rdunae, because that is an underdog brand. It's usually overlooked, but if you like that heritage look, that traditional military field watch, Rdunae is the brand to go for. So let's take a look at some of the watches from this great micro brand. Firstly, let's look at the G10. So this is a brand new model for 2024. Priced at just over $40, this 36mm military fielder is all class. 50 meters of water resistance, large white numerals on a piano black dial for perfect legibility, housed in stainless steel and covered by domed K1 crystal. While the RAO5 is more of the same heritage military fielder aesthetics, but with a tad more elegance. Here the tonneau steel frame is replaced by a fluted circular fixed bezel. The RA05 also sees a 36mm diameter, yet the case gets much more reflections due to some polished surfaces. Also, it gets a second ring of the 24-hour clock inside the 12-hour setup. Now let's touch upon Thorn watches. This is another underdog in my opinion. Basically, they are priced cheaper than Boltony, but their quality and refinement. So I've already had about 2 or 3 or potentially even 4 Thorn watches on the channel, and amazing quality. Like the refinement levels are probably up there with Boltony and potentially San Martin, but the prices are like just above Pagani Design. So very good quality. So let's talk about some of these Thorn watches. First up, let's touch upon the titanium 39mm diver. With the whole shebang of sapphire crystal and anti-reflective treatment, a titanium case and bracelet, we get a 120 click unidirectional bezel, but most importantly, this watch is powered by PT5000. And yes, it costs $125. But come on, this is serious stuff. The SHY036 is the most pricey watch in this collection, but it's definitely worth it. Let's talk about a second Thorn watch, the SHY043, and it's another retro World War II style field watch, but it's cranked up the heritage factor here by housing an acrylic crystal, not mineral, not sapphire, but an acrylic crystal. So that is really in line with that age. But also, if it does get scratched, just polish the surface. The dome is tall and significant, and we get 3 dial colors available: the deep red, the beige, and the black. It seems that in 2024 we had a lot of new models from many micro brands, but Pagani Design have been particularly busy, and the latest 2 watches that they've released are really a lot of fun. Well, I've ordered both of them in, so let's touch upon them, and you can tell me in the comments which one you think is gonna go really well, because one of them actually challenges the big SM. Anyways, let's talk about it. The watch I was referring to there is the PD1792, and it's a daring attempt to take San Martin head-on at a fraction of the price. We get a brushed stainless steel case with a textured, almost natural stone-looking dial. It's available in 4 colors, and this is also an automatic GMT watch. But again, for Pagani Design pushing above $100, that's also quite daring. But hey, it does look spot on. Another newbie for 2024 is the PD1785, available in gold or black. The distinctive sword hands, the twisted chromed indices with the contrasty seconds pointer look daring and bold. For relatively budget price, we get an automatic movement, sapphire crystal, and a stainless steel construction. 200 meters of water resistance are warranted by a screw-in crown and a screw-down case back. But really, what kind of budget collection can we talk about if we don't have Corgeut, Cadisen, Steeldive? So let's actually kick off with Corgeut. First up is the 40mm GMT watch powered by NH34. Priced sharp, this offers tons of value. I reviewed it, I know. In fact, in one of the reviews I compared it to San Martin's SN0054, and it didn't do too badly at all, especially considering a strong setup of premium components. Now, yes, San Martin did better in that comparison, but then that watch is more than double the price of this one. But the real star of Corgeut's lineup in 2024 is 3002, that's the model name, and I can't wait for the delivery to happen. This is a funky and stylish 40mm Subie Homage. It gets a self-winding automatic, the NH35, so we get 24 joules, 42 hours of power reserve, we get sapphire crystal and a sapphire cyclops. Stainless steel, of course, but those fading toxic colors at the bottom of the bezel, that's what really matters on this watch, and I went for this toxic green. I absolutely can't wait to get this watch. And now I've got 3 Cadisens to talk about. So 2 of these Cadisens you would have seen in my prior haul video from about 4 days ago. The third one is on its way. First up, let's discuss the C8237. The dial is perfectly symmetrical and balanced. The frame date window at 6 o'clock keeps distractions to a minimum. We get 100 meters of water resistance, and it's warranted by a screw-in crown and a screw-down case back. The dial is topped with sapphire crystal, and of course, the 120 click black ceramic bezel is polished to a stark, glossy black. Up next is the Aquadiver, the C8232, and this is like the evil twin of the prior mentioned C8237. While that one is a sophisticated and quite reserved diver with a cleaner and strict demeanor, this Aquadiver associates with a bad boy image in my mind. The diameters are the same, 40 millimeters. Even the height of just a tad over 12 millimeters is also very similar. Yet, the matte black ceramic bezel insert is very wide. It's set into a tall and mean looking steel unidirectional bezel. We get fat circular indices with the date at 6 o'clock. Now, this watch just looks badass. The third Cadisen, the one that is not delivered as yet to me, this is also an automatic piece, but it's more of a daily wearer type of a piece. Navy blue or glossy black. Covered by sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating. We get a polished case and an exhibition case back. It also sits on a leather strap instead of a stainless steel bracelet. The watch appears to be a classy yet budget alternative to the meaner divers. And my final recommendation goes out to a Steeldive, a tuna Homage, classy and basically a real diver. The SD1975 is kindred spirit to the SD1970 and SD1953. We all love those watches, but this one just feels like the true deal here. The shrouded circular case design just looks massive, and it sort of is, because just the head of the watch without any strap or bracelet is 98 grams. We get 300 meters of water resistance, warranted by a screw back, a screw and crown, and a 3.9 millimeter thick sapphire crystal. I really wanted to take you through these 17 recommendations of mine because, once again, if you're watching this channel, you probably like to get a really good deal and you probably don't want to splash out too much money. Although I already have with the 11.11 sale, I always tell myself I'm not gonna go flat out, but then some sales are really good, so I can't really hold back. Anyways, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this very quick overview of these recommendations. Most of the watches that were mentioned have already been reviewed or presented in the whole videos, so go back and have a look through them. Now, the links to all of the listings we mentioned today will be in the description below the video, so also check them out if you're after some sharp prices. Now, of course, they are affiliate links, meaning that if you do make a qualified purchase, I will be getting some kickback from AliExpress. It won't cost you anything, but it helps me get commission so I can buy more watches and review for you. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.